Hello everyone, this is Jennifer. So in this video we're going to look into the questions and problems and solutions of ratio analysis. So first question, the following information is given to you. They have given the current ratio, liquidity ratio, net working capital, stock turnover ratio, gross profit ratio, fixed assets turnover ratio, average debt collection period, average fixed assets to net worth, and reserves to share capital. We are supposed to draw up the balance sheet. In order to draw up the balance sheet, we need the items amounts, not in the ratio form. So let us start finding out each amount. So they have given the net working capital and they have given the current ratio, okay, which is 2.5:1. So we can find out the current asset and current liability using this. So current assets minus current liability is equal to net working capital. So 2.5 minus 1 is equal to 1.5. Therefore 1.5 is equal to 3 lakhs. Therefore current asset is equal to 3 lakhs into 2.5 divided by 1.5, which you get current asset to be 5 lakh. Current liability is equal to 3 lakhs into 1 divided by 1.5, which is 2 lakhs. Now liquid ratio, they have given 1.5:1.1. So liquid ratio formula is liquid asset divided by current asset. So 1.5 divided by 1. So we know current liabilities to be 2 lakhs. So liquid asset divided by current liabilities. 1.5 divided by 1. So if you cross multiply, we get the liquid assets to be 3 lakhs. So your current asset minus liquid asset is equal to stock. Liquid asset includes bank and debtors. Includes stock and debtors. So current assets minus liquid asset is equal to stock. So 5 lakhs minus 3 lakhs is equal to 2 lakhs. So stock turnover ratio we have 6 times. Now we have the amount of stock, which is your closing stock, you can consider to be 2 lakhs. The stock turnover ratio is equal to cost of sales divided by closing stock, which is 6/1 the ratio. So cost of sales we don't know, we have our closing stock. So if we cross multiply, our cost of sales is 12 lakhs. Now we have a gross profit ratio, which is 20%. So gross profit ratio is equal to gross profit divided by sales into 100. So we know that cost of sales is 12 lakhs, which is equity to 100 per 80%. So that is 100 minus 20% of gross profit. Now sales, if we have 12 lakhs into 100 divided by 80, which is equal to 15 lakhs. So now average debt collection period is 3 months. So debtors is equal to sales into 2/12, which is equal to 15 lakhs into 2/12, which is equal to 2,50,000. So average debt collection period is 2 months, not 3 months. Here they have given a little wrong. So 2/12, which we get average debtors to be 2,15,000. So fixed assets turnover ratio is 2 times cost of sales divided by fixed asset, which is 2/1. Therefore fixed asset is equal to 12 lakhs into 2/1, which is equal to 6 lakhs. Fixed assets to net worth is equal to 1:1. Fixed asset by net worth is equal to 1:1. 6 lakhs by net worth is equal to 1 divided by 1. Therefore net worth is equal to 6 lakhs into 1/1. Therefore net worth is 6 lakhs. Reserves to share capital, we have the ratio which is given 0.5:1. So therefore capital is equal to net worth into 1/1.5. For 6 lakhs into 1/1.5, which is equal to 4 lakhs. Therefore reserves and surplus ratio, in the net worth ratio we have 0.5 divided by reserves to share capital is 0.5 divided by 1:1. So net worth into 0.5 divided by 1.5, which is 6 lakhs into 0.5 divided by 1.5, which is equal to 2 lakhs. So if you see reserves to capital, which is 2 lakhs is to 4 lakhs, which is 0.5 is to 1. We are getting our ratio. So long term debts is equal to fixed assets plus current assets minus net worth plus current liabilities. So 6 lakhs plus 5 lakhs and minus 6 lakhs plus 2 lakhs, just 3 lakhs. So cash can be the balancing figure. So if you want to find it out before also, you can find it out as liquid assets minus debtors, which is 3 lakhs minus 2 lakh 50,000, which is 50,000. So you put that in your balance sheet. We have our shareholders fund, share capital, which we found out to be 4 lakhs, and reserves and surpluses 2 lakhs, which we are getting the ratio to be 0.5 is to 1. The total we are getting it to be 6 lakhs. So non-current liabilities or long-term liabilities 3 lakhs. The current liability is 2 lakhs, so our total is 11 lakhs. So asset side, we have our non-current asset, fixed asset is 6 lakhs. The current asset, we have found out debtors and stock, which is 2 lakh and 50,000 and 2 lakhs. The balancing figure is nothing but our cash, which is 50,000. So if you balance it, we are getting 11 lakhs. From the following information, prepare the balance sheet. So they have given the working capital, current ratio, liquid ratio, proprietary ratio, reserves and surplus in bank overdraft. And they are telling in the question there are no long-term loans or investments or fictitious assets. Given working capital is 60,000. So you can find out your current assets and current liabilities using this. So current asset minus current liabilities, they have given the ratio of 2.5 and 1. So 2.5 minus 1, which is equal to 60,000. So your current asset is equal to 1 lakh and your current liability is 40,000. Okay, so you get liquid ratio is equal to liquid assets minus divided by current liabilities minus bank overdraft. So 40,000 minus 10,000, which is equal to liquid asset is 45,000. Reserves and surplus is 2/3 of working capital, which is 60,000 into 2/3, which is 40,000. So proprietary ratio is fixed assets divided by proprietary fund. So they have given the ratio to be 0.75 by 1. So if you cross multiply and when we consider proprietary fund to be x and fixed assets to be 0.75x. So proprietary fund plus current liability is equal to fixed assets plus current assets. So x plus 40,000 is equal to 0.75x plus 1 lakh. Therefore x is equal to 2 lakh and 40,000. So therefore proprietary fund is 2 lakh and 40,000. Proprietary fund is equal to share capital and reserves and surplus. That is what a proprietary fund consists of. Therefore capital is equal to 2,40,000 minus 40,000, which is equal to 2 lakhs, because we have our reserves to be 40,000. So fixed assets is equal to 2,40,000 into 0.75 divided by 1 is 1,80,000. So if you put the things in your balance sheet, we get share fund, share capital to be 2 lakh, reserves and surplus to be 40,000. Therefore total is 2,40,000. Non-current liability is nil. Current liability we have 40,000. Under non-current assets we have fixed assets to be 1,80,000. Under current assets we have cash and debtors to be 45,000. Stock to be 55,000. Therefore it is 1 lakh. Therefore your total asset and current liability is 2,80,000. So our next question, using the following ratio, complete the balance sheet below. Total assets to net worth is 3.5. Sales to current asset is 6. Sales to fixed asset is 6. Sales to current asset is 8. Sales to inventory is 15. Sales to debtors is 18. Current ratio is 2.5. Annual sales is 25 lakhs. And they have given the balance sheet, but we are supposed to find out the amounts and fill it up. So sales is equal to 25 lakhs. So sales to fixed assets they have given 6 times, so 6 by 1. So when we cross sales to fixed asset, formula is sales divided by fixed asset, which is equal to 6 by 1. 6 times 6 is to 1. So 2,50,000 divided by fixed assets is equal to 6 by 1. Therefore your fixed asset, when you cross multiply, you get it to be 4,16,667. Sales to current asset, they are telling in the question it is 8 times. So sales divided by current asset is equal to 8 divided by 1. So when you cross multiply, we get the current asset to be 3,12,500. Sales to inventory, they have given the ratio to be 15. So sales divided by inventory is equal to 15 divided by 1. So when we cross multiply, when considering the sales Amount inventory is 1,66,667. Sales to debtor they have given 18 times. So sales divided by debtors is equal to 8 divided by 1. When you cross multiply, we get the debtors to be 1,38,888. Because we have sales, we are assuming everything. We are getting all the factors. How do we find out the cash? Current assets minus stock plus debtors. We have a current asset, we have a stock, we have a debtors. So cash is the balancing figure. Now we have the current ratio given. So current ratio is 2.1. We have the current asset. When you cross multiply, we get the current liabilities to be 1,25,000. Total assets to net worth is equal to total asset divided by net worth is equal to 3.5 divided by 1. Total asset is equal to fixed assets plus current assets. So when we add the total asset, we get 7,29,165. So total asset divided by net worth is equal to 3.5. We have a total assets. So how do we find out a net worth? Cross multiply. So we get a net worth to be 2,08,333. So long-term debts, total asset minus net worth plus current liabilities. So total assets we have, net worth we have, current liability we have. So long-term debts is 3,95,834. So whatever they have given in the question, if you fill it up, you will get our share funds, which is net worth is 2,08,333. Non-current liability or long-term debts is 3,95,834. Our current liability is 1,25,000. Under non-current asset, we have a fixed assets to be 4,16,667. Under current assets, we have inventories 1,66,667. Debtors is 1,38,888. Liquid asset, which is a balancing figure, which is nothing but our cash, which is 6,945. We got our total to be 3,12,500. So our total of assets and liabilities 7,29,167. So our next question, current ratio they have given, working capital ratio they have given, liquid ratio, reserves and surplus. So total current assets include stock, debtors and cash only, which are in the ratio of 2:6:3. Creditors and bills payable are in the ratio of 3:2. Fixed assets are 50% of share capital. The share capital is 6 lakh. There are no items of assets and liabilities given. Okay, they're telling in the question there are no items of assets and liabilities. So we can find out a current asset and current liabilities which using the working capital given and the ratio given. So our current assets will be 5,50,000, current liabilities 2 lakhs. So current assets include stock, debtors and cash in the ratio of 2:6:3. So stock is 1 lakh, debtors is 3 lakh, cash is 1,50,000. So the total current asset we have 5,50,000. So apart from this, there are no other assets they are telling. And current liabilities include creditors and bills payable in the ratio of 3:2. So apart from these liabilities, we don't have any other liabilities. So we have a current liability amount. So if you distribute in the ratio, we get creditors to be 1,20,000, bills payable to be 80,000. Now we have a share capital 6 lakhs. Fixed asset is 50% of share capital. Fixed asset is 66 lakhs into 50%, which is 3 lakhs. So capital and liabilities, so shareholders fund, share capital is 6 lakhs, reserves and surplus is 50,000, so it is 6,50,000. Non-current liabilities nil, current liabilities, creditors is 1,20,000, reserves and surplus is 80,000, which is 2 lakh. Therefore total is 8 lakh and 50,000. And under asset side we have non-current asset, which is 3 lakh, which is fixed assets. Current asset we have stock, debtors and cash. So 1 lakh, 3 lakh and 1,50,000, which is total of 5,50,000. So our liabilities and asset side include total of 8 lakh and 50,000. So our last question, the gross profit of X Limited for the year 2013 is 80,000. This is 1/4 of the year sale. Out of the total sales, 3/4 is on the credit. The stock turnover is 10 times and average collection period is 15 times, assuming 360 days, not 365 days. So we are assuming in this question the days in a year to be 360 days. Total assets turnover is 4 times and long-term debts to equity is 50%. Shareholders equity is 40,000. The current ratio is 2:1. They are telling us to find out credit sales, long-term debts, cash in hand, debtors, closing stock and fixed assets, and also prepare balance sheet of X Limited for the year 2013. So what is given in the question? 80,000 gross profit is given. Gross profit is nothing but sales on percentage of sales. So sales is equal to gross profit into 1/4, which is 80,000 into 1/4, which we get sales to be 3,20,000. So in this credit sales, they are telling 3/4 and cash sales is 1/4. So if you apportion it, we are getting 2,40,000 to be credit sales and cash sales to be 80,000. And cash sales to be 80,000. So average collection period 15 days, which is of 360 days. So debtors is equal to 2,40,000 into 15 by 360, which is 10,000. Stock turnover ratio is 10 times. So stock turnover ratio is cost of sales divided by closing stock, which they have given in the question, which is 10 by 1. So cost of sales is equal to sales minus gross profit. So 3,20,000 minus 80,000, which you get 2,40,000. So 2,40,000 divided by closing stock is equal to 10 by 1, which we have our ratio, stock turnover ratio. So closing stock is equal to 2,40,000 into 10 by 1 if you cross multiply. So closing stock will be 24,000. So long term debt to equity is 50%. So long term debt is equal to 40,000 into 50%, which is equal to 20,000. Total assets turnover is equal to 4. Sales divided by total assets is equal to 4 by 1. 3,20,000 divided by total asset into 4 by 1, which is equal to 80,000. So total asset is 80,000. So your current liability is equal to total assets minus capital plus long term debt. So current liability will be 20,000. Current ratios we have, and current assets we are supposed to find out. When you cross multiply, we get 40,000. So cash is a balancing figure, which is 6,000. So if you update it in your balance sheet, which we get capital and liability, shareholders fund, shareholders equity is 40,000, non-current liability, long-term liability is 20,000, current liability is 20,000. So long-term liability is 20, current liability is 20. So total we get 80,000. Asset side, non-current asset, fixed asset is the balancing figure. Stock is 24,000, debtors we have 10,000, cash is 6,000. So our balancing figure is 40,000. So our total of the balance sheet is 80,000 and 80,000. Thank you everyone.